and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've done a book review, and for that I do apologise. One thing or another sort of was happening, and yeah, finally I'm getting around to doing one though. And this time I thought, with the release of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them in the cinemas this past month, that I would finally get around to reading this little gem. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Now, I know a lot of people were put off purchasing this because it is a script, it's not a novel, and I, like most Potterheads out there, are dying for another novel, but I still bought it because, let's face it, I'm going to use any and every excuse to delve back into JK's wizarding world. The 8th story, 19 years later. It was always difficult being Harry Potter, and it isn't much easier now that he is an overworked employee of the Ministry of Magic, a husband and father of 3 school-age children. While Harry grapples with a past that refuses to stay where it belongs, his youngest son Albus must struggle with the weight of a family legacy he never wanted. As past and present fuse ominously, both father and son learn the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes darkness comes from unexpected places. The script begins where the last books left off, with Ginny, Hermione, Ron, Harry and their children all on the platform of 9 3/4. And from there it's sort of like a really fast-paced story, but she still takes the time to kind of give us that little bit of nostalgia. I do try not to give too much away in my book reviews, but unfortunately that's kind of the thing about a book review, really. You end up getting a few spoilers, so if you don't want any spoilers, then please look away now. But it basically tells a lot about unlikely friendships and things like that. I mean, the whole story itself is quite beautiful. Obviously, again, me being a Potterhead, I would have loved for this to have been a novel because there's so much that can be done with it. Maybe she will, who knows? We can all just keep our fingers crossed and go, please, please, please. Because there's a lot of the characters that, you know, you could work a lot of stuff into. She could at least make another 6 books. That's just my opinion. Make 6 books, please, thank you. But the script itself is really lovely. I don't have any problems reading scripts. I know a lot of people didn't want to buy this because they're like, it's not a book, I don't want to read a script. But for me, I kind of lost myself in it still. I didn't really notice that it was a script. The story really explores unlikely friendships, as well as a few alternate realities that could have occurred in the first original books had, you know, things turned out a little bit differently. So I think that must have been quite fun for JK to write, really. I mean, she probably was like, oh, well, you know, I can now kind of throw out some of the other things that could have happened had I changed my mind. And I think one of the particular aspects of this book, because I don't want to give too much away, there is a character in this book that, well, I should say script, not really a book. I keep wanting to say book because it's in book form. I want to keep saying book, but it's not a book, it's a script, Layla. Say script. Okay, so what I liked, there's a character within this play that I'd actually kind of had like a conspiracy theory about. After the books had finished and, you know, me and my friends were sat around and were like, oh, you know, what do you reckon she's going to do next? Are there going to be more books? You know, what's she going to do with this? And I kind of threw out my conspiracy, or my kind of fantasy storyline, and it's pretty much exactly what this script is, which made me so happy inside that, you know, a 16-year-old me knew something. But one thing I'd like to say is, it does say based on an original new story by J.K. Rowling. Based on an original new story. I'm just saying, the woman's got away with words, and we might just have to take this at face value, or you may just want to read into it a little bit more, because I do. I certainly do. So I'm going to tell myself that I'm going to read more into this. And it says, based on an original new story. Wouldn't that be exciting? I'm really struggling to say a lot about this without giving away too many spoilers, because it is quite short, it's quite quickly condensed, there's a lot happening, but it happens quite quickly. So I don't want to say too much and kind of give away the whole thing if you haven't heard, read, seen anything about it. I don't really want to give the story away. So that is literally the best I can give you about this without giving away too much. Basically, to sum it up, unexpected friendships, as it says, past and future, kind of intermingling, and a good sense of adventure and fun. And I think the underlying thing is just love. There's a lot of love, and a lot of it is unexpected love, but it's still love. So, in conclusion, if you didn't buy The Cursed Child, parts 1 and 2, because you didn't want to buy a script and you want a novel and you're kind of, you know, adamant that you want a novel and you refuse to read anything that isn't a novel, I strongly implore you to go out and buy this and read it. It still reads like a story. I'm not sure why people are all like, I don't like reading scripts. It still reads like a story to me. Maybe that's because I've got an overactive imagination. I don't know, but it still reads like a story to me. And I absolutely adored it, and it kept fueling my little Potterhead fire that I have forever. So please forget that it's a play, forget that it's a script, and just read it. Just lose yourself within the words and read it, because I honestly think that it's fantastic. And again, it says based on an original story. Based on an original story. Okay, we could take that at face value. We could also take it as it's based on the Harry Potter original stories. Or in Layla's head, she's just going to live a delusional life where it's based on a new story that JK's hiding from us. You sneaky thing, you. So, basically, I loved it. I really do think that you should try and go out there and get it. It is, for me, awesome. So that's it for another book review with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know it's a bit all over the place because I haven't done one in a while, and I really don't want to give away too much, and hopefully this doesn't turn out terribly. If you did like it, please leave me a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me and it will get notified when I post, please subscribe. Hopefully I will see you again very soon. Bye!